Okay, y'all, this is a part 2. There's that police truck that came by right there. On the other video, this is the part 2 to it, because I thought when my phone froze, because they do that. Sometimes they'll send either a police or some other unidentified, like, state-looking car, and then I've seen that happen before, all the way back, I believe, in either between 2014 and 2016, when I put my phone on a car of a guy that was watching me, but I didn't know that I was being gang stalked back then. A man was just staring at me, watching me in the car, but as soon as I moved, and then he moved up closer, so I got my phone out, right, and I started recording him. Then all of a sudden, my camera, the focus of the camera started going like this, moving all out of focus, and then it froze. It was like it came out of balance, like somebody was doing something with some sort of technology or something to make me not have that photo or that video I was making of him. It started reacting like somebody was controlling it from with some other technology. So I stopped the video, and then because I saw it freeze for a second, and it was in real time, like you see how I'm moving like this, but it went frozen, like really still, like somebody stopped it. And I thought that police, when he went by, he stopped it. But just a quick recap of the part 1 is when I went out of that store after a woman had given me, a lactation nurse given me a device that the voices stuff didn't start until after she gave me that device. And I'm not going to lie, but one of the voices that it sounded like was her voice, and then wound up and it also sounded like it, well, based off what I heard, was her husband's voice. But I don't know if they were some witches or something, that they did something. I'm sharing this information, y'all, because it could help somebody out here, because not everybody that's being marked or diagnosed as schizophrenic is actually schizophrenic. These people got some technology out here. Okay, so... oh yeah, that's the street right there. So when the police was driving by, and first it was daylight, and I was out here all day, all night, walking around back and forth until I found that house over there on the other video. Oh, okay, they pulling somebody. Yeah, so like I showed on the other video, that white van reminded me of something. So long story short, let me get to it. So when I walked out, and it was all day, all night, after I thought some sort of small explosion happened, I thought the police was going to come and pick me up because they were going to see on the camera I was the last person in the bathroom that had some sort of mechanical device that I had threw it on the ground to destroy it. So if that was what was making the voices, it wouldn't do it to other people. So I caught myself destroying it instead of just throwing it in the trash hole like it was, just in case it, I don't know what I caught myself doing. I was like, my mind was like not completely stable at the time because of the harassment, the psychological harassment that was happening at the time. It could have been that guy sitting over there with the beers on the other video. He was watching me that whole time with the Dick Sucker Supreme trash can right there. But anyways, when I came out that store, and I was walking back and forth on this street, and constant police officers and fire trucks. The gang stalking, like how they were making it sound like it was an emergency with sirens and stuff. They had 3 officers following a U-Haul truck with the back of the trunk open, because I saw something that happened at night by the Clackamas Town Center. It dawned on me that sometimes they moved people that they were trafficking in those U-Haul trucks. So when stuff was being exposed to me, I didn't put none of this stuff on video, but at the time, because I was seeing things, and I was like, oh my God, so that's what they be doing. And other stuff had gotten revealed to me as well. When I was walking, like because they were taunting me with those voices, certain things was being revealed to me. I said, oh, so that's what y'all be doing. In the meantime, they called themselves trying to taunt me, whoever they were, with those damn that electronic technology or whatever the fuck they did have. Pardon my French, my language, but anyways, because I was being tormented mentally, because I don't hear that shit at all, bro. Like that's been years ago. I'm still fine. I don't take any medication for schizophrenia or even anxiety anymore. The doctor even told me I was showing signs of being fine, to the point that he said I could have come off of that medication in 1 year if I wanted to, or even less than a year. Dr. Liu, and he was a cool doctor, but the psychiatrist, I should say. But yeah, I came out of that store, and then and it was still kind of daytime. It was in the evening though. And so what happened was, yeah, I saw trucks like that driving by too. And there's something to that, because some of these people that's like work for city of Portland, and like the people who work for the state and the government agencies, those people were in on a lot of this shit. And so like what I was saying, let me get to the point. So basically I walked out of the store when I kept walking back and forth on these streets, and then I started going on the back streets because I was trying to gather my thoughts to figure out what the heck just happened when I walked. But what they did was they popped some fireworks off back here in that area, and they had some explosive looking stuff. I can't remember what it was, but it was like something, I think they were fireworks or something, and I thought maybe something. It was a bunch of smoke around this Fred Meyer store. And what I saw, though, I thought it was some explosion that happened, but it wasn't an explosion. Well, it could have been, but I had already left the store. I wasn't in there. Then all of a sudden, as soon as I got outside and I was over there, it was fireworks popping off. And then I freaked out because I thought at first, I was like, oh shit, did I trigger that? But that's what they wanted me to think, is that I triggered something because they were watching me the whole time what was going on. So I'm saying this stuff so people can see how they orchestrate the shit out here. When they try to make people seem like they're crazy so that they can say you're incompetent and then put you in a psych ward. But the crazy thing is, even if I did do something like that, even if I was somebody, the police was out here, they see me multiple times walking these streets with my baby, who wasn't even a year old yet. And they were tormenting me mentally with that shit. And I know that they were in on it because the police was in on it. They kept taunting me with, they had the sirens going on big time, following behind a big U-Haul truck with the trunk let up. And they had the sirens on, and the person was speeding down the street, but they followed them like they were escorting them with the trunk open. That's how I knew it was an orchestrated shit. I was like, what is going on? So when I walked on one of those streets back there, I saw this RV. And it's like the people were waiting for me to come to that back street so they can get me and my son in there, because they weren't successfully able to get me and my son in that in their car. Because even though I was going through something mentally, it's like sometimes my intuition kicked in strong, and it's like it picked up on people trying to get me to willingly get in their car so that they can traffic me and my son. See the Dick Sucker Supreme on the machine. Excuse me, sir. But yeah, so that house over there, right across, not diagonally across the street from Fred Meyer's, and they have this guy sitting here. I guess he's gonna watch me go this way so he can report, but they ain't gonna do shit. But anyways, I was at that house sitting right alongside, no, right over there. It's dark now, but on the other video you can see when that guy walked up on me saying, ma'am, can I help you, ma'am? Oh shit, there's our train. Well, we'll have to catch the next one. It'll be about maybe 10-15 minutes. It's still early enough where the trains are still running more frequently. But anyways, I'll talk about it while I walk here. That's, and look, AMR, there's the ambulance, regular pickup truck. They had cars and stuff like that constantly going back and forth, frequently up and down the street. And nobody said anything about, oh, she might need help, something doesn't look right, call the cops or something like that and get her into the psych ward or anything. That happened for months. Then in December, on specifically Christmas, when I heard those voices said they wanted to make a sacrifice for Jesus' birthday, and I knew it was the devil. I knew it was demonic, because I had learned some time ago that Jesus' birthday, allegedly Jesus, but Yeshua's birthday was not even on Christmas. So that's how I knew right there. And then that same night, I was like, oh, hell no, the F they ain't. But then, because they went hard in the paint and did some stuff that happened in a dream that I had, because they were watching me, even in my house, either watching and listening, or just watching or just listening. But whatever it was consistent, like they said about the telecommunication company spying on people and stuff like that. And I made another video on the channel about them using people's pieces of recorded voices to gang stalk people psychologically. I forgot what guy he told me it's called electronic harassment. So yeah, electronic harassment, but they also do it physically though, like psychologically, because people are not electronics. And I've seen people do certain things and they write certain things. You can't electronically Well, you could electronically write something on a wall or a trash can or something like that, but that's done with a person. The people are involved in the gang stalking as well, not just only electronically. But yeah, so I basically was telling this story because I know the progress I've made, even soon after I got out of the psych ward. I said, if I see that same shit happening, I know for a fact that I'm not crazy and that these people orchestrated. And sure enough, I didn't even get out the MF and psych ward good enough. And then started seeing that I was able to take a picture of them placing a perfectly folded Target bag, because they kept trying to have people with Target bags walking everywhere around me when there was no Target within 5 miles of where the radius where they all were at, standing outside holding Target bags, trying to indicate or insinuate that I'm a targeted individual. But when I started realizing what was going on, I started turning that shit back around and said, oh, they a target individual, because I started seeing that they wanted me to be in fear, because the more I was in fear, the more they had power over me with their other psychological tactics to mentally break me down. But I made it to a certain extent. Like right when my mind started to kick in and I realized that I was being played with, and I was about to go back to the house to grab my phone and my stroller, my son's stroller. That's when all of a sudden the police rolled up and a bitch said, with long hair looking Hispanic, told us and now I call the cops on you to get you in more trouble than you can get out of. So the whole point of me making this video is because I saw an RV that was like that. And there's this Mason, David, Leon Lofton or Leroy Lofton. I think it's David Leon Lofton. And his wife, Pat, they both worked for the state. I saw him go into court for something that he had done wrong. And the bailiff, all of them saved his case for last. While I was sitting in the back watching everything happen, I saw all those Caucasian people, allegedly, I guess, get some repercussions for the citations and other violations that they had committed against this written law, this matrix written law. And then they saved him for last. The bailiff stood up and saluted him. I said, if this ashy black country behind Negro getting respect like that, this crackhead ass nigga that's disrespectful, kind of mean as fuck, ghetto-ly charming, with a strong built body, because he crazy as hell and strung out on crack, but have a strong muscular body. Y'all know, y'all seen those crackheads before. No disrespect for people out there who delve into cocaine and you smoke crack, but you're still functioning. I'm not trying to disrespect you. I'm just saying, like, he was disrespectful to me and he owed me money. He treated me like shit, but I allowed it because I kept letting a nigga like him give chances, because he's somebody. Oh my gosh, it just dawned on me. They kept saying they listened to this person who seemed to be credible. He seemed to be credible because he's a Mason. I hope that lady all right, because she was sitting there bent down at first until somebody came by her. Well, God bless her, because I ain't got time for that mess for people doing that stupid gay stalking shit. I hope you all right, lady, and thank you, sir, for checking her out and making sure she all right. But I seen stuff like that happening too, where motherfuckers will act like they need help and then they just trying to get you involved in some shit. But yeah, she sounded like she seriously needed help, but he's standing there. But she stood up when he came by, like she didn't want nobody touching her, or coming by her. And I understand that, because sometimes when I'm frustrated, I don't want to be touched. I want to be by myself. But so yeah, guys, I'm just saying all this. Look at that rat. So I'm saying all this to hopefully encourage people to realize, to open your eyes a little bit so you can see what really be going on out here. Like, for instance, you see how these people are standing out here? They'll sometimes use those people to be the ones to come and fuck with you, or some of those people will be going through what gang stalk people, target individuals be going through, but people will be looking at them like they're crazy and then just shrug them off when they need help. And they don't listen to them. So that's why I'm always open. Like, I still pay attention, but it's the moment I start sensing you on that BS, I'm out. I'll be like, oh well. I instantly put my guard back up. If I let it down to be compassionate towards you, I put my guard back up, because then I'd be like, oh no, you on that BS, I'm out. So, yeah. So I just wanted to share all that because they think they got away with doing that, but I know what the hell happened. So I'm said, even if nothing gets done about it, I'm going to tell people about what happened. And I don't care what nobody say, judging me or whatever, because I know what the hell happened. I remember. My memories had kicked back in. And then that's when I realized they even had the TriMet people gang stalking, closing the door on motherfuckers. I promise you they ain't do that no more though. Because one of these last times I had did something where the dude knew, he was like, okay, if I don't want her to fuck shit up, let me go ahead and stop fucking with her. And yeah, ever since then, I've been having a decent experience with they ass. I didn't know I was being gang stalked. It was raining one night like this, and I was trying to get on the max, and they told me I couldn't get on because I had a hazardous, I had a GoPed scooter, and it had the red engine, and I was riding that mug. But he told me I couldn't, and I was trying to get back to from Portland to Hillsboro. Next thing you know, last year or the year before last year, I got on the Max train, and then I saw a guy with a full-fledged mini bike, a motorcycle one that you had gasoline. They did that to put that shit in my face. I bust out laughing. I said, the joke's on y'all, dumb motherfucking ass, because you showed me what you really. Once they showed me what it was, and from that day forward, I saw people getting on with gasoline operated vehicles. That's when I knew for sure that at that time that punk ass was gang stalking the fuck out of me. Bitches, ugly asses. That's the ones in private. I call them the NGRs for short, if you know what I mean. It don't matter what your color is, bitch. But anyways, y'all, I hope this information helped anybody. It will, because I'm following my instinct to go ahead and say this stuff. I feel like that's why they keep trying to sly away gang stalking me. They ain't doing it to the point where they used to, where every single time I see a police and an ambulance, there they go acting like it's an emergency. And like it was happening at least 5 to 10 times a day. Every time they're it was loud like that. And I saw that they had different sounds that they can make, because sometimes they don't sound like that crying sound. I guess that'd be the fire truck, but sometimes they be like, burn, burn, and then it sounds normal. But then they had this high-pitched crying sound of the siren. They did that sound, and it happened too often. It's almost like clockwork. As soon as they saw my black ass coming down the sidewalk, there they ass go, letting that motherfucking garage up. And then you see the front of you see the front of the fire truck coming, easing on out. I'm like, oh, get your ass back in there. It became a joke. That's why I think they're trying to act like it stopped. I feel it, like I calling it they're sly stalking now. They may not be fully gang stalking. I'm calling it slick stalking, because they're trying to slickly do it, but what they don't realize is it's actually helping me out to remember certain things. And when they was giving me too much information before, I noticed how it slowed down, because every time they kept consistently coming in my energy, I started figuring out more and more stuff. So they tried to stop and slow that shit down. Okay, so the main reason why I made this video is to show how, it dawned on me now. When I was out talking over there about what was going on, I realized David Lofton has to be, it's either him or my ex Michael Rouse, who's with some other women. And baby, I know he working his magic on her, because I know what he working with. Okay, I'm just gonna say that. But I'm saying it in a way like his confidence makes up for something. Okay, confidence is a beautiful thing, especially when you can have fake confidence. When you can fake it till you make it, baby. You can make love to a woman's mind. You're good. You're good. Especially if she's a kind of desperate one. Hey, I'm not gonna get into that. Never mind, because I don't want it to sound like haterade, because I know something. But yeah, I'm not gonna speak on that stuff. But anyways, guys. So what I'm trying to say is the people like those Masons, they are the ones that seems have credibility. So if they lie and go to a group of people to tell those people something about you because you left them. I kept saying this before to they punk bitch ass. that this motherfucker, he threatened me on the phone because he knew that those people were going to listen to him over me, because I told him I'm not going to join their fucking shit because I see too many ratchet ass Negro men. Now it makes sense why it's only been mostly men out here gang stalking me. That's why for some time I lost respect for black men, because I saw them as peasants, because of the ones that's out here, the way they were treating me, for that I didn't even know them, and they was like having nasty attitudes, me mugging me, walking up, and then it got to the point they started spitting on the ground as if they were some Caucasians back in the day, spitting on the ground at Negroes, colored people, walking past them, or not, like how you couldn't look them in the eyes and stuff. It's like they now they're trying to antagonize me. They'll walk and they try to do something like have this angry energy. And something I found out about that was they're upset because they have to work for free now because they couldn't do their job. It didn't work for what they thought was going to work when they were first gang stalking me. So that's the main thing I want to say. Sorry, the camera not really focused. This is not really as important, but I want to show people can see the seriousness in my face when I'm talking about this stuff, and to know like this ain't a joke. And I'm putting my face on here so that mug can know I ain't scared of his ass, his punk bitch ass. He be in the cuts, I know it. But that RV reminded me of him. I think he was the one who orchestrated a lot of this shit. If it wasn't my ex, Michael Rouse, because that's the two main people that I've been getting that was in on this shit. But, oh yeah. But yeah, y'all, so the Max is here now. I don't know why that other dude doing that. So I'm just going to leave it there because we already passed 20 minutes now. I just wanted to share that, why they do and the stuff that they do and why they keep taunting me, because I know what's really going on. And the Mason dude was mad because I won't join his shit and I keep saying no, and then I left him behind in Alabama when they tried to traffic me. Even when I told the story about what was happening to Paloma Norris York, she said it out her own mouth saying, honey, you were about to be trafficked. And I said, you know what, you D right. But I didn't say the D word, of course. But it dawned on me what happened. And I was like, if she could determine that. I was like, if she herself could determine that without me having to. If she could articulate that without me having to. I mean, if she could like come to that conclusion without me having to say it, then obviously other people would know too. Based if I shared the story, because he was upset that I was slick and I was quick because I caught on to what he was trying to do all the way back. This was that stuff increased, the gang stalking increased back since 2020, and I have some records at home to show how it increased when the police started increasing on fucking with me. And it's the same cops that they knew him, and the sheriff had stood up and saluted him. And he was in good with the cops. Like, I seen him get off with doing things that he should have got worse repercussions for. I said percussions. I meant to say, well, you guys know what I mean. I think I mixed it up with precautions and some other word. But I'm going to get off of here and just wait to finish the story when I get home. And hopefully this was helpful. Thank you.